Hi, I'm Matt Williamson with Yardbarker here to talk about the NFC West, and it was an off-season preview, and it was an odd season for the Seahawks, but they did win what was possibly the best division in football. The offense was outstanding to start the season, but really crashed in the second half, while the putrid early season defense improved as the year went on. Odd year. But for a 12-win team, it's a little telling that Seattle's average yards per play differential was only a plus point 0.3. I mean, that's a little frightening. They do have a little bit of cap space to make moves with, but Seattle traded away their first round pick. They got to get Russell Wilson back to playing like he did at the beginning of the season. The Rams plus zero point 0.8 yards per play differential was the best in football last year, and Los Angeles ended the season 10-6. They might have had the NFL's best defense and have already made a huge move in trading for Matthew Stafford to improve the offense. As usual, the Rams don't have a first-round pick, and they clearly take a very unique approach to team building. They also have very little room to make additions in free agency, but obviously there's a star power here. The Rams can be a real force next year, and I think the Stafford addition is huge from the positive column for them. The Cardinals finished the season 8-8, but did have a positive point in yards per play differential. Still, there are a lot of questions with this team on both sides of the ball. Arizona has some cap space to play with and decent draft equity. It'll be really interesting to see how they use those resources. They can go a lot of different directions. It's a bit of a transition time for this franchise. After going to the Super Bowl a year ago, an awful lot went wrong for San Francisco this past year, namely injuries. But this is a team that could be primed for a massive bounce back. They finished with a 6-10 record. But the Niners outgained their opponents by 0.7 yards per play on which really indicates this team could be back in contention next year. That's an odd anomaly that looks very strong in their favor. San Francisco has some areas of their roster that they must address, but they also have plenty of resources to make that happen. Don't be surprised if San Francisco is back heavily in the mix next year. Thanks so much. I am Matt Williamson with Yardbarker.